Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm about to do a little project here today. So, what I'm doing today is these are called fox locks. These look dressed like, y'all know what these are. Ladies, y'all know what this is. So, I started on her hair. So, I did all of these. I put all of these in, you know. But what I want to do is a little recording to show you how I lock them in. For those of you that are looking to do some extensions and just waiting for your dreads to, grow out, you can put these, what is called fox lock, in your hair. And I'm gonna show you something here. Check this out. So I'm gonna get my son to zoom in on this in just a few minutes. So we have these. Y'all know what these are? Y'all ever seen this before? This is the 2-in-1. This is the 3. They're kind of like mini crochet needles, I think I would like to call them. They're like little pins. And you just threaten and, lock in the fox lock in with her hair. And I'm going to show you how we do this, okay? And what you need is you want to unlock about 1 inch of this on the fox lock, about 1 inch, which we already did. And then you want to unlock about 1 inch of her original hair. All right, about like this, because we're gonna tie that in together. We're gonna lock that in together out. Okay, so let me show you how we do this. All right, so we can get zoom in on this back here. Let me show them how we're gonna work this out. Let's do this one. This one seemed like a pretty nice one to do. All right. Okay. Well, I think you're gonna have to probably move the camera. Okay. All right. If you gotta move that camera and lift it up and bring it this way. Can y'all see that right there? So this is about 1 inch that's already been unlocked, and we're gonna lock that in together with her hair. All right. So we're gonna go all the way down to about right here. I'm gonna show you how we do this. So you guys watch me real closely and watch how we do this. I'm gonna try to unlock just a little bit more. If your dreads is already locked, unlocking them can be a little difficult. It takes time. There's different methods and there's different ways you can unlock hair, but I'm just gonna take a little bit off. Okay. So right now I'm using the 3-2. Excuse me, the 1-2. All right. So let's do this like this. Let me just take a little bit off of this hair. I'm doing that for a reason. I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you how this thing is going to come out in just a few. All right. Do that like that. Take about that much off. Let's grab the scissors. And let me just chop this off right here. Bada bang, bada boom. About that much should be good. All right. Got to lock all this in. Okay, so check this out. This is time consuming because those of you that have been following my social media, one thing I don't see. So let's start on this end, and then we're gonna lock this thing. So, let me do it like this. So what I'm doing is I'm coming in from one side. I'm coming in through the fox lock here, and what it's actually doing is pulling her hair. There's a hook at the end, and it's pulling her hair, and I'm going in, coming back down, going in, back down. It's actually pulling her hair, and I'm going in, and the hook is hooking onto her original hair, and it's pulling it through, and then it's locking. So you want to follow this procedure just like that and keep on going until it feels like it's tangled in pretty good. So I'm just going to keep on going until I know her original hair with this thing is locked in, you know. So what I'm doing now is I'm locking it. Be careful you don't stick yourself, man. I've gotten stuck with this thing several times. Now y'all saw what I just did. Now what you want to do, you want to pull too hard because you don't want to start snapping the hair. So you want to make sure the whole hair is intact. Okay? Yeah, man. So here we go. I can see that right there. Okay. Just pulling through. And then I'm turning as I'm going. See that? show y'all. I'm turning as I'm going. I know y'all have looked at my media posts. You've seen me work on cars. You see me uh, work on houses. Upgrading ceiling fans and etc. Doing little different things, man. I just like to live my life to the fullness in spite of my physical challenge. All right. So now looks like I've gotten this locked in pretty good. So I'm gonna work on this right here just a little bit more. It can be a little difficult to get this needle through because it gets tough and tough. Okay. Y'all seeing how this is done. Ladies, I know a lot of y'all know how to do this, but there's a lot of ladies that don't know how to do this. And for those of you that are thinking about doing this, so now you know, it's I always wanted to know how you use these things, man. Now you know. Okay. So my sister over here, we have blurred her face out and we have sealed her name to protect her identity. uh, but anyways, though, that's my sister, y'all. Okay, you can get a look at this right here. You can see all this is done right now. So now what I'm gonna do is a little fuzzy right here. I'm gonna fix that at the tail end when I get done. So now I'm gonna finish locking this in right here. All right, so let's do that. Uh, uh, Not during the recording, huh? That's gonna be on social media. Uh-uh. Turn that phone off. No, sir. We don't want to hear that conversation. Not on social media. My sister was about to have a good conversation, y'all. No, sir. Yeah, do this video over again. All right. Okay. So I think I'm just gonna do this one, show y'all, and I'll hit another one, and then we'll wrap it up. Okay. Yes, man. So I can't see this with the natural eye, but I use my hands for feeling, you know. So that's how I see. I see by feeling. Okay, we're getting there. Now we're gonna do this down here by the roots. Now she has weeks 10. She's tender-headed, so you want to hold on by the roots so you don't pull the hair too much. All right, so it doesn't hurt your client. Okay, and then once we get done with the whole hair, she's gonna trim and cut the fox lock dreads to the size that she wants, where it's all the same size. And you can also use this. I'm going to show you my hair in a minute. I'm going to have my son just turn the camera to me for a second. I'm going to show you what you can do, because you can also use this to repair your hair. For those of you with your dreads, and sometimes it can be a little fuzzy at some areas, and then sometimes it seems like your dread is thinning out in some areas, like mine's right here. See, this is mine. Mine's go all the way down to past my waist. So what you can do is some of the areas, like I said, where it's thinning out, like right here, you know, you can tighten that up a little bit. And yeah. So what I'm doing is now I'm working on some of the areas where it's fuzzy, and I'm tightening it up a little bit. Okay. All right. So, all right. This is it right here. See, this is it. It's coming along. So now let me fix it up a little bit. And as we go. See that? Boy, I got stuck with one of these the other day. And let me tell you, it went so deep down in my skin because, at the end, it's like a hook, like a crochet needle, just a mini crochet needle. And because it went so deep down into my skin, I tried to pull it and it was pulling the inside of my flesh out. So I had to stop for a minute. And when I stopped, I had to just try to see which way the hook is. And then what I did was once I realized which way the hook was going, then I was able to pull it back out of my hand, my finger, and unhook it from my flesh. And then it came right out. But you got to be very careful, man, because boy, you get stuck by one of these things, man. It ain't pretty. And then my finger, my thumb was hurting for probably about 3 days, a little sore. So you got to be very careful. You got to be careful with these things. Okay. Let's fix this over here. That's a little fuzzy. Okay. And let me show you the three. Hang on a second because I have the three here. Uh, this is the three. So you can get more done, a whole lot more done with the three. So it's just basically the same technique. See, come through. So some people like to use the two. Some people like to use one. Some people like to use three. I like to use three because you can get more of this, like I said, more done. You see how fast that's going with the three? See? And these things, man, I tell you, are not easy to find. They sell out of them so quick, calling all around trying to find where we can get this stuff from. And whoever invented this, whoever created this, man, brilliant idea. Great job. Great job. There's people who understand the science and art of doing hair. Yeah, this is wonderful, man. This is good. I think it's about the rain. I'm trying to beat this rain. I just want to show y'all one more, and then we're gonna move on. I love this three. Oh yeah, I'm loving this three. So, word of wisdom: when y'all go out to get this stuff, just go ahead and buy 2 or 3 of them. But they do break. They do come right out of the little groove. So just go ahead and get you a couple of them so you have one on standby. Okay. Oh man, this wind is blowing nice. Oh yeah. You know. You know. Okay. All right. That's good. We're gonna leave that like that. Okay. So that's another one. See that right there? We just did that. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna show y'all one more, and then we're gonna wrap this up. Let's do this one right here. How about this one? Let's do that one. All right. You already got one. Okay. So here's another one. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna trim this a little bit. I'm gonna cut a little bit of this off, probably about this much. Okay. You follow me? You follow me, Zion? Hmm. I think I probably had like 5 more hair to do, and then I'm done. You know. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start on this one. So I'm gonna follow the same routine like I did with the other hair. See that? I'm measuring it to see exactly where I want to start at. I want to get it all the way down to the root. So I think this is good. Oh yeah, can you hand me that bag? Okay, that's good right there. We're gonna do one more. Are you zooming in on this right here? Okay. See how that 3 works? Okay, we're just gonna do this one. Those of you that say I can't do it, you notice I don't have a blindfold on today because if you've been following my media, for those you should know by now, you know he really can't see. Well, I can just do it with my eyes closed. See, I can close my eyes, man, and still do it. You know, I mean, hey. So we record these videos to show you, you know, life doesn't end for you when you have something tragic that has happened to you, or there's some type of physical challenge, you know. And one of the things that I'll tell you about me when I first lost my sight, you know, I felt like my dreams was taken away from me. I just felt like a lot of things that I wanted to do, you know, I wanted to be president of the United States. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, man, I just felt like a lot of stuff was just taken away from me. You know, I was discouraged, I was depressed, I was down. But just one day, you know, I just prayed. I just made a decision. You know what? Life doesn't end for me. Life doesn't end here. Because yes, I was so depressed, I didn't want to live. You know, I was hoping I would go to sleep and wake up in the morning. That's a peaceful way to go, right? Yeah, but I said, you know what? I'm going to reach my full potential. That there's a lot in me. And I tell you what, somebody told me something so profound the other day, and it just stuck with me. And her name, before I tell you her name, let me tell you what she said. She said, you know, your disability and your physical challenge is not because of what you cannot do, but it is what you are capable of doing, what you can do. And there's a lot in us, man. So you know what potential is? You have potential. People tell you have potential. That is unused ability. Mm. And I'll tell you, and that's not my quote. That's her quote, and I'm going to give her credit for that. Her name is Dr. Annette M. Stubbs. And that stuck with me. She said, let me say it again. Your physical challenge or disability is not because of what you cannot do, enable, but it's what you are capable of doing. And there's a lot that we can do. We just don't know. There's a lot in you. So you see how fast the 3 is working compared to the 2 that I was using? See? Now I'm about to go down here and I'm going to finish this off. So I just tied her hair and now I'm going to lock in the rest of it with her original hair. And you remember in the beginning, I cut a little piece of this hair off of the fox lock. That's because I want it to be measured at the same width. Uh, you know, y'all can see, so I can feel, but y'all can see it. And when you look at her hair, you want everything to look real nice, and it's measured and cut just right. I can feel the rain getting ready to come, so I'm gonna see if I can try to beat this right quick. It's a little drizzling. I mean, it's drizzling a little bit, but let's see. I think we can do this. Whew, it's tough right now. I'm trying not to stick myself. Okay, now I'm gonna use the 2 down at the bottom. You know, that's why they make them 2, 3, 1. You know, it's for even when you get down to the roots, you might want to use 1 to give you a fine thread so that you can lock it in. But yeah, when I see inventions like this, man, I think to myself, man, why didn't I think about that? You know, it's so simple, so easy, man. I could have thought about this and it would have been a wrap. So I'm going to use the 2 right here. We're going to tie the rest of these together. And then we will be done, y'all. That's mine. Shabutil. King that travel around the world, man. Especially at this. And around the world, right? That's right. Corriendo to the all of the hollow, brother. That's me. This one is getting ready to break. Like I told you, they break easy, so you have to, and that goes by pulling. You just got to kind of hold the metal part. So when you pulling it, not pushing it, but pulling it back out, that hair really thickens up to where it starts getting real tough to send that crochet needle through. And you're like, wow. And that's how you wind up sticking yourself, because it's so tough and you're trying to push it through. And then you're like, put too much force in it, and boom, next thing you know, help. But anyways, though, all right, let's finish this off down here. And then I told you she's tender-headed, y'all. Let me know if I'm hurting you. I'm pulling too much. Okay. Okay. You're almost done. Y'all been enjoying these videos we've been posting. Please give me a like and subscribe. You know, thank you for your comments, for your kind comments. And feel free, my videos are free. You can share it on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Please hype it up for me, y'all. Give me that boost, you know. I learned to do hair a little bit when I was living in New York, you know. So I didn't go to school for this. Nah, that wasn't me. I cut hair. Me and my brother Ty, we used to cut hair when we were like 14, 13, 14 years old, I think it was. But that guy right there, he's an artist. Man, y'all got to meet my brother Ty, man. That guy is awesome. Yep. Grew up in Miami. That guy that can cut. When I mean he's an artist, and he can draw. So Ty, if you're watching this video, man, big ups to you, man. Yeah. Okay. So y'all, you get the concept of it, right? So you get the concept. And then from here, you know, you can fix whatever you need to fix. Whatever looks like it's not leveled out to you, you can always keep sending this needle through, you know, and pull. You see, just pull it and work it around until it looks good to you and it feels right. Now, you don't want the hair to come out, so you want to make sure you lock it in real good. All right. Now, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. So maybe a few weeks from now, they do get a little fuzzy. So you got to come back and try to tighten up a little, you know, a few spots here and there, you know, to keep it looking right. So there is maintenance in dreads, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, people who never had dreads before, and you're saying to yourself, man, I think I'm gonna lock up. So there's maintenance. Like with me, I never wanted that fuzzy look, because dreads wasn't for me, you know. But when I did started twisting up, everybody liked it. And I was getting ready to cut them off, and it was just like, no, especially the mothers. It was like, no, it's time for a new look. That's you. Keep that. And let me tell you something. Every hairstyle does not fit everybody. Just because what looks good on her doesn't mean it's gonna look good on you. I had to learn this from a hairstylist, you know. So you have to have the feature and face for that hairstyle. So if it doesn't fit your face, that hairstyle is not for you. You have to pick a hairstyle that's going to complement your face will complement the hairstyle, you know, back and forth. And, you know, so yeah, every hairstyle is not going to look right on you just because it looks nice on somebody else. Remember that, y'all. All right. I throw that one in there for free. Y'all can send me a few bucks if y'all want to. Oh my goodness. But anyways, though, that's pretty much it. guys. This is one I did. This one I want to show y'all that I can do it. So this is pretty much her hair. So I did all these, all of this. So like I said, when she's done, she's gonna clip them to the size that she wants it, you know. And then you can see right here, I have maybe about 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 left. 3, 4. I have 4 left. Yep, right here. All right. So listen, man, y'all. Thank y'all for, huh? Well, so what she is saying is there's some parts where it's kind of like thin. Let me show you. let me show y'all. No, I'm good. I got some that I cut off already. For instance, let me show you something. What she's talking about is right here. Let's do this right here. Like at the roots. No, I don't want to show too much, but at the roots where it's kind of like thin, what you can do is you can add the hair to that area to thicken it up a little bit, and you follow the same procedure and locking it in, and it'll, you know, thicken that soft, thin area. Okay, just want to kind of give you a little idea what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna do that today, but anyways, for those of you that's been enjoying, hey, all right, let's zoom out. Let me get these. Let me show me my face. So let me show y'all this. Okay, that's it right there. She's gonna cut it the same size when she gets done. And thank y'all for tuning in and supporting my media. All right, love y'all, and I'll see y'all on my next video.